Good afternoon. I'm Marilee Rosine Beasley, and I'm running for mayor of Jersey Village, Texas. I've lived here about 40 years. I raised my children here. I ran for Jersey Village City Council about 2 years ago, and I came across some of my old materials, and I discovered a couple of things I had written that I provided in my campaign bags. And I picked them up and I reviewed them, and I thought, wow, they're pretty relevant now. So I would like to share them with you. Marilee Beasley for JV City Council, putting you in charge. Dear Jersey Village voter, my name is Marilee Beasley, and I'd like to explain why I'm running for Jersey Village City Council position 2. I want to bring a message to the Jersey Village City Council that they can no longer negotiate critical contracts in secret and vote on them in sudden, short notice council meetings. I'd like Jersey Village to stop subsidizing losing ventures with taxpayer funds and buying properties with city general obligation bonds. I don't want the citizens to cross the Highway 290, to visit their city offices, and I want to stop useless and dangerous public projects. I want to return priorities where they belong. For example, sewers and flood abatement, and not needless projects that will not raise property values or attract new residents. Finally, citizens must vote on these things. City council members are not smarter than you. They should represent you. Their job, my new job, is to find out what you need before they buy it. If they plan something big, they need to take it to you first, not hide in an executive session and dump it for a vote in its first public display. They should, and I will, ask for permission and not forgiveness. I have lived in Jersey Village for almost 40 years. I raised my children here. I've worked or been involved in many fields: corporate, healthcare, education, and real estate investing. In all these fields, I never forgot who the customer was. In Jersey Village City Council work, the customer is you. My Jersey Village friends and neighbors who asked me to run share my grave concerns about the current attitude of the Jersey Village City Council. Did they ask you if you preferred a golf course and convention center over a flood retention pond? Did they consider the health and safety risks of splash pads and dog parks? How could shocking fiscal realities force them to reschedule fixing our streets and sewers? My surprise is their surprise, as citizens warned them for years that these problems were coming. They weren't listening. I will. All right, now I wrote this letter also, and it has some statistics, so please bear with me. Dear Jersey Village voter, I do not support the planned City Hall across Highway 290. My understanding is that the citizens voted several years ago and made it clear that they did not want the City Hall to be moved. It seems to me that the current council is disregarding the will of the people. I believe that my opponent supported the idea of spending $8 million for this project. How can we continue to spend this kind of money? Why are 5 council members deciding these projects with no voter approval? If you agree with me, please vote for me and spread the word. We need to be fiscally responsible. All right, so this information was posted on the Nextdoor website about Jersey Village property taxes and the homestead exemption. The Jersey Village City Council had a special City Council work session meeting Monday, March 4th at 5:30 p.m. at the Civic Center to discuss whether they can afford to give homeowners the full homestead exemption of 20%. The current Jersey Village homestead exemption is only 8%. Conversely, most other eligible homes in Harris County currently get the full 20% exemption allowed by state law. The Jersey Village City government is also going to discuss the over 65 property tax exemption. This exemption is in the form of a set dollar figure reduction in your property's taxable value. Currently, the over 65 exemption in Jersey Village is a $50,000 property value reduction on eligible homes. Conversely, the over 65 assumption in Harris County is currently 160,000. Here is where we stand by comparison. State comparison. Texas has the 5th highest property taxes in the USA. County comparison is, even with the seemingly generous property tax relief of Harris County, it still has one of the highest median tax rate among over 3,000 counties in the United States. Now, as far as city comparison, this is what this person wrote. As for cities in Texas, the average city tax rate in Texas is 0.5533, while Jersey Village has a rate of 0.7425, one of the highest in Texas and 34% higher than the average. Summary: we live in one of the highest tax cities and one of the highest tax counties in one of the highest tax states in the United States. Every day the news has another story about people moving out of state with states with ridiculously high taxes. California and New York come to mind. Bottom line is that with the current tax situation, Jersey Village cannot compete with other municipalities in or around Harris County. The Jersey Village city government is spending large amounts of taxpayer money on non-essential things, while Harris County is giving the homestead property owners the maximum 20% exemption and is giving the 65-year-old and older homesteaded property owners a $160,000 property tax exemption. Why is the Jersey Village city government not doing this for the citizens? I had these 2 letters that I handed out around 2 years ago when I ran for Jersey Village City Council. Now, I don't know exactly where we are, but it seems to me that not much has changed, that the Jersey Village City Council still is insisting that we have that they want that City Hall, that $8 million City Hall, to be on the other side of Highway 290. Currently, Ashley Brown, who's running for one of the positions on City Council, is asking that citizens consider signing the petition and keeping it where it is. Now, in my opinion, we certainly could build a new building if that is if the voters decide to do that. Now, I think that it's very important for the voters to decide expensive things like that. So please get involved, stay involved, do what you can, find out everything you can about what's really going on. There will be a city council meeting coming up very soon. So please look on the city website to find out when these are. If we're still doing them online, you can call in and register with Lori Cootie, the city secretary, so that you can call in during the meeting. There are ways. It certainly was a lot easier for me when I would do my research and come and present in person. I'm disappointed that we were still doing it online last month. Anyway, just remember to stay involved, ask questions, and ask why and why not. Thank you and have a great day.